had a pretty traumatic childhood, rife with abuse. From the time I was 5 years old, I've been molested by so many men. I was a convicted felon when I was 7 years old. And then I went to prison when I was 16 and spent 5.5 years there. I was released when I was 21, went back to prison when I was 23 and stayed there for another 12 years. Come on, man. My name is Sonny von Cleveland. I am from Michigan. Got out in 2016, and I got into YouTubing and podcasting and interviewing people and doing shows.
Live for you, live for your happiness, and be happy.
A booking agent that would book me on podcasts, he said, "Hey, I found this lady in England who has a podcast called Boot Camp for the Mind and Soul."
My name is Claire Rogers. I was born in England, raised in Canada, and went back to London for 21 years, so I kind of sound mid-Atlantic. I was interviewing everyday, ordinary people who'd gone through something extraordinary and come out on the other side. The day of the podcast comes, and over the course of the next hour, he told the most raw, authentic, vulnerable, and honest story I'd ever heard. He's describing a scene where he is in solitary confinement. Over the course of 19 months, he reads a couple hundred books, and it literally changes his mindset. When I was 40 and I was going through my panic attacks, I read 300 books in an 18-month period. We went through a parallel experience.
I felt so vulnerable and comfortable enough to share. And it went on like that for the entire podcast. And that's where I knew I love this woman and she's going to be mine.
I was going through the beginnings of a divorce, and it turned out that that was a really awful, horrific divorce.
Got a message from her that said, "I just blew my life up." And I said, "Good, come to America." And she said, "Let's go to Palm Springs." Picked her up at the airport. And that was the first time we saw each other. And
soulmates.
We moved in together that day.
Yeah.
And started to build a life while processing the dismantling of an old life.
Sonny at the same time was breathing life back into me. I remember him saying to me one day, "When are you going to fight for yourself? When are you going to advocate for yourself?"
I've come from a very different lifestyle than her. How do I do something that is worthy of this woman? Because this woman is used to a big life.
I'd given all of that up because I was happiest when we were camping on the beach.
We are huge travelers. We're nomads. And that's when we're at our best, is when we're in a vehicle traveling somewhere.
We're in Big Bear and we're laying in bed and our tent is all open. And we're looking at the moon, and one of these trees and the branches was actually shaped like a cat.
And we stepped outside and we're just looking at the stars together. And look at that little cluster of stars. Oh, I see that cluster of stars too. You do? Oh, we're looking at the same cluster of stars. I wonder what that is. So I pull out my phone. Oh, it's at 222 degrees. 222. Oh, isn't that cute? That's Pleiades. And you look up Pleiades, and Pleiades is about twin flames, right? It's about alignment and cosmic energy and forces. And then it dawned on us, our podcast was on February 22nd.
I wanted to live a life of purpose. And so I said to him, I would like to open a cat cafe. So we started that venture. Everything that we sell in our coffee shop is organic, fair trade, female-owned farms. That's where our coffee beans are coming from. Local bakers, local sandwich shops. We're all about encouraging small businesses. Then we have a separate mid-century modern lounge. We have between 12 and 15 cats from the Palm Springs Animal Shelter. I am exclusively hiring individuals with disabilities to give them the opportunity to come and get some skills, but also to be a part of our greater community that we're creating. I had somebody last week who lost their job, and their first point to come to was here. A little boy who's been in 14 foster cares, and he comes here with his therapist, and he comes and he talks to the kitty cats about what's happened to him, and his therapist listens to that, and then from there is able to help this little boy. And so that's why I wanted to create a safe space, because I never want anybody to feel like how I have felt.
The safest space I ever had was a closet. It's the worst feeling in the world. You deserve to be validated. You should know that there's always a place that you can go to be safe. We have the Von Cleveland Foundation, which I'm not a diva, but it does bear my name on it. I think it's important to honor my title, my name, where I come from, because I've come from a lot. And so what we do is we provide mindset coaching and personal development materials for marginalized people, and especially people dealing with incarceration or justice involved individuals. And the goal is to inspire and educate people to know that your past does not define you. The mistakes that you have made don't dictate your future. I need to put the people that have processed their trauma and that have success stories, that have overcome things in life, they need to be on a stage in front of people telling them, because our voice is our healing mechanism. This is what we use to heal. The more we talk about our trauma, the easier it is to talk about. That's healing.
He read Viktor Frankl's book, Man's Search for Meaning. And to paraphrase, Viktor says, suffering ceases to be suffering
the moment it has a meaning. She had said to me, like, you need to put your life down in a book. It's a memoir of my experiences in my childhood and up through prison and why I do what I do. I'm not a superhuman. I don't have special powers. I just survived. And I found a way to process emotion through the help of a mentor. I used to have a goal of saving somebody's life, and now I save lives all the time.
Yeah.
It's just the most fulfilling thing ever, man.
I would like to open up another Frisky, but I want to do it down in Indio, and I want to pull the cats from the county kill shelter there. Sonny's in the juvie hall a few times a month, coaching these kids. Well, when the kids come out, you come work for me. So that is my big, hairy, audacious goal for this year, is to raise the funds somehow to get a second one open.
Take a punt in life. Take a chance, take a risk, follow your instincts. Let love and kindness be your guide and your compass in life. Anything is achievable.
We've been on such an incredible journey together.
We've overcome so many challenges to make it this far.
No doubt there will be other obstacles, but considering where we've come from,
The best is yet to come. My home is anywhere with you, my love.
home will always be anywhere with you.